Okay, so we're going to talk just briefly here about avoiding scammers on eBay. Those that wanted to steal from others would come in and act like sellers, and they would list lots of expensive items, sell them, take the money, and run and not ship anything. When eBay put the kibosh on that, that didn't stop them necessarily. It stopped them from acting as sellers, but these people just found another way to scam people, and so now they do this and they act like a buyer. And so they'll come in and say something like this, where they make an offer for your item, and they'll give this, thank you so much for posting this. This is exactly what I wanted. Please text me. And they'll either ask for your phone number or ask you to text them or ask for your email address, stating something like this, like they say, because I need to talk to you before making payment. No legitimate buyer will ever do this on eBay. Nobody is going to do this as a real buyer. So if you ever get a message like this, it is 100% guaranteed that it is always a scammer. And so what we want to do is, of course, first avoid this. Don't ever text somebody. Don't ever email somebody when they ask. There is absolutely no reason to communicate outside of the message center on eBay, and every buyer knows that. It's a major part of eBay's system and buyer protection, seller protection, their policies. Everybody knows it. So there's never to be any communication except through the eBay system there. And so if you ever get a message like this, guaranteed it's a scammer. So we want to report them to eBay, and an easy way to do that is just to go to Google. You can open a new tab and go to google.com and just run a search for report eBay buyer or something like that. And you'll find, when you do a Google search like that, you'll find the page on Google where you can report that individual. And it'll ask for this username, and you just give them that username in there and report that they are trying to scam you or communicating outside of eBay, or whatever it is, so that eBay knows and is aware. Now, these guys don't get very far. Usually they will be reported pretty quickly, and when they are, you might see a message from eBay saying something like this: suspicious buyer for item, because they've been notified of this suspicious activity. They might have something in their computer system now to detect messages like that, because they always say similar items like this, similar things. Now, this kind of thing will happen when you have a really low feedback. If your feedback is below 20, then you're going to run into this type of situation. And so one of the best things you can do is to build that feedback by purchasing items, anything you're going to purchase anyway, or even just little penny trinkets and stuff from China or something like that. Go out and buy 20 or 30 small items like that from different sellers. They've got to be from 20 or 30 different sellers. And then you've got the potential of getting feedback from each of those. If you're buying items that sell for $1 or less on eBay, those are coming from people who are just trying to build their feedback, and they're going to be very likely to give you feedback for your purchase, because that then encourages you to give them feedback. That's a great way to avoid these scammers, is just build your feedback so that they don't think you're new and don't know what you're doing anyway, and then you won't have to mess with it.